Tuesday morning, my friends. I'm Pastor Ben Hayes from First Baptist Church, Dadeville, Alabama, bringing you our thought for the day on a terrific Tuesday. I am so looking forward to this wonderful day God has given us tonight. We've got our college and career group meeting at 5:30. Going to be good. Hope that you come and join us if you're part of that age group. All right. Right now, I want you to join me in 1 Corinthians chapter 12, picking up in verse 19. Remember what we've been talking about. God has put us all into the body of Christ. When we get saved, we become a member of the body of Christ. Now, I believe what we need to do then is to make ourselves part of the body of Christ in a local church, because every member has a role to play and we need each other. And so we have many members, but there's one body. And what that means is just like with your hand. I mean, can you imagine if everybody was a thumb? Think about that, because look what he says in verse 19. And if they were all one member, where would the body be? Can you imagine just a thumb? I mean, thumb can't do anything by itself. It has to have the brain, it has to have the rest of the hand in order to function. Understand, that's what we're talking about here. Jesus, of course, is the head. He's the brain. He is the one that guides us. He's the one that tells us what to do. He's the one that directs us. And we are all parts of the body. Some of us are like the eyes, some of us are like the nose, some of us like the ears. And what Paul is going to talk about is that every member is important, no matter what part of the body it is. Keep that in mind as we look at this. If they were all one member, where would the body be? I tell you what, there'd be nothing. There would be nothing. It would just do nothing. Look at verse 20. But now indeed, there are many members, yet one body, all of us working together. And the eye cannot say to the hand, I have no need of you, nor again the head to the feet, I have no need of you. No, much rather, those members of the body which seem to be weaker are necessary. Now, let's pause there for just a minute. What does he mean by that? Well, we get the first part of that. You know, the eye can't say, I'm to the hand, I have no need of you, because, look, you see some good chocolate cake, you're going to need that hand in order to scoop it up and eat it, right? I mean, think about that. And you can't say, the head's not going to say to the feet, I have no need of you, because otherwise it'd just sit there, couldn't go anywhere, right? Every part of the body is important. Now, look at what he says next. He says, no, much rather those members of the body which seem to be weaker are necessary. Now, what would that be? What are the weakest parts of your body? You think about that. Whatever it might be, you need that. I remember when I had shoulder surgery. Gosh, it's been almost 24 years ago now. I had shoulder surgery. I can remember when I had that right arm in a sling. It wasn't my weakest part of the body. In fact, it was probably the stronger part of my body at that time, but I couldn't use it. I couldn't use it. And it was tough. It made everything tough. Getting dressed was tough. Combing my hair was tough. Eating was difficult. Writing was difficult. Everything was difficult without that. So understand what he's talking about here. We need every part of the body. Now look at verse 23. And those members of the body which we think to be less honorable, on these we bestow greater honor. And our unpresentable parts have greater modesty, but our presentable parts have no need. But God composed the body, having given greater honor to that part which lacks it, that there should be no schism in the body, but that the members should have the same care for one another. Doesn't matter what part of your body, you need it. God created it that way, you need it. For years, doctors were saying you don't need your appendix. We've discovered you need it. For years, doctors would say you don't really need your tonsils, but we've discovered you need it. So many things that we think we know that we don't know. Here's the truth. Doesn't matter what part of the body, doesn't matter where you fit in. Maybe you think, well, all I do is greet people on Sunday. Look, great greeters are important for the church. Well, all I do is take up the money during the offering time. Listen, that's great. We need people to do that. All I do is clean the toilets. Look, I got to tell you, I would not be happy if our toilets didn't get clean. Thank you, Ricky Brewer, for doing such a great job. So many parts that seem to be behind the scenes, seem to be unimportant, when they are left undone, when those tasks are left undone, the body suffers. We need each other. period. End of story. Think about that today. No part of the body is more important than any other part of the body. We are equal in the sight of God. Be blessed. I'll see you back here tomorrow.